Hello, Year 4, it's Miss Samra here. So, Lesson 2, Spelling Starter. Write down on your whiteboard or a piece of paper a super sentence for each one of these common exception words. Can you add in an adjective and a conjunction to each one? Give yourself about 3 minutes to complete this task. So, today's lesson, we're going to be learning how to use adverbials and proper nouns in our writing. If you follow the video on this image, you just click on the image. So you just need to pause this video and go onto the slides and click on to the video. You can learn about nouns again, and it will also teach you about proper nouns. Can you write down the definition for proper nouns? So now that you've probably watched the video and you've come back, we know that proper nouns are the names of people and places. So, do you remember using adverbials? What are they? So we've been using adverbials for the last 2 weeks in our writing. An adverbial is a word or phrase that is used, like an adverb, to modify a verb or a clause. Okay, adverbial phrases are more than one word to describe time, place, frequency, manner, or degrees of possibility when things happen in different places, and how they happen, and how many times they happen, and if they're going to happen. So we know that adverbials can also be used at the front of sentences. And if they're used at the front of sentences, they're actually called fronted adverbials. And they also get called subordinated clauses too. Subordinating clauses do not make sense on their own, which is why they are linked together or next to a main clause, because subordinate clauses are also dependent, which means they need a main clause to make sense. So if you use a fronted adverbial, you can't just leave a fronted adverbial on its own because it's a subordinate clause and it makes no sense. So you need to link it with a main clause. You also need to remember that adverbials just give us an extra bit of information. They cannot simply be used on their own. So really remember that as much as possible, because it makes your writing so much better. The more information and detail you add, the higher level your writing becomes. And we're all capable of doing that, Year 4. Next to the word mat, I have put a non-chronological report sentence openers mat there. The reason I've put that there is so that you can see the difference. So these are sentence openers, not adverbials. Well, actually, sometimes is. Maybe not. So these sentence openers are really helpful for when you're going to start writing your facts, which you will be doing today. Try and use them in your planning today so that when you write your fact files on Thursday, you've got them all ready. Because I know, especially in Carnelian class, when it comes to writing and starting our writing, it's always the starting point that gets really tricky. So if we all keep the sentence openers safe, they're on the pupil portal, we just save them, or you can print them if you have a printer. They're so helpful for when you start doing your independent writing. Now, I would like you to do a revision task before we move on to researching some facts. So fill in the missing gaps using the adverbial word mat. Who can tell me what another name for a fronted adverbial is called? So looking at that sheet, you've only got a few questions to do, so you don't have to print it. You can just write them out, or you can just write the adverbials out that you've chosen. Have a go. Your independent task today is to listen and write down as many facts as you can hear from the following reading and video. Use the note-taking sheet to help you. So the note-taking sheet is on the pupil portal to help you basically organise your notes a little bit better so they're not all over the place. So you've got a reading here. So if you pause this video, you can click onto this picture on the slide, which will take you to the reading of this story. If you click on the picture here, it will take you to this video of her life. And there's 2 links here with facts. So you can always click on those if you want some extra information. As a challenge, can you write down any quotes Frida is famous for? Once you've done all of that, the last bit I'd like you to do is to check your facts. Have you used any proper nouns or adverbials? Underline them using a colour for each one. For example, I found this fact and I thought it was quite interesting. Frida wore very bright clothing. Very often she was asked by children, "Where's the circus?" It's not very nice, but it's a really interesting fact. So there you go. And you can upload your facts and underlining of your adverbials and proper nouns to Class Dojo whenever you're ready. Good luck.